Welcome back to the song that slaps. I think we're just starting to get into where Transport Fever 2 shines. I've got my tea, it's a new day. Very excited. Hopefully we get into some more complex problems. We're still in number one. We're good.
In the north of Britain, in the midst of the Victorian era, the industrial city of Glasgow is bursting at the seams. The factories are working full blast, but the competition is not sleeping. In terms of economic issues, the countries in continental Europe have long since caught up. Something must be done to stop the cradle of the Industrial Revolution from falling behind. Anyone who doesn't toe the line now will fall by the wayside.
Okay, so England is the typical let's go, train, choo choo, industrialize. I'm excited. Glasgow. I didn't think of what Glasgow is known for making. Like that's up in like Scotland, the very south of Scotland, I think. I mean, maybe I'm just making a bunch of people from the UK very upset with me by misplacing it, but I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Usually the industrial stuff focuses on what England was doing. You know, east to west, London, like, what is it? Birmingham. What other stuff? But excited to see what's going on in Glasgow. Scotland. There we go. Big win.
The land of enlightenment. The land of progress. The land of science. The land of industry. The Glasgow City Council wants to modernise the transport infrastructure so that the city remains the vibrant industrial metropolis that it is today in the future as well.
A little bit redundant.
With your transport company, you're as good as predestined for this sort of contract. The shipyards on the Firth of Clyde have been famous for their sturdy boats for quite some time. New processes for the mass production of high-quality steel are now opening up previously undreamt-of possibilities. A member of the City Council recently proposed to you during a pheasant hunt whether you'd like to supply his friends in the shipbuilding industry with this essential material. Coal and iron are available in abundance in the areas around Glasgow. Off to the blast furnace with them.
Do I get to do it however I like? What do we got? $50 million? I like it. I'm excited. See, like, this is almost too short to make sense to be a train. Like, I'd love a train going through there, but... I mean, first things first, let's start with the... what's that? Iron? Iron ore. So, buildings... Cargo station, 160 meters long is a little bit insane for this era, I think. What are we, 1880? Like, yeah. This has me at 1. What does 2 feel like? Maybe we can do 2. I prefer trains over trucks. They're just so much more efficient. It's such a short distance, but like, you also control exactly where the delivery is, right? Like, it's not like we need to, in this game, truck it into these back alleys or into like specific coordinates. It's like, nope, the boys at the yard will handle the final delivery stuff. So we'll do one over here. I mean, it's just such a short distance. Let's start with this one. This is nice and flat. Again, how do people get to the mine? I don't know. Who built this road? You know, that's a question for another time. Build a track between the two. I actually want the other track to be the track that we use to start here. How bad is this cut? I feel like that's a little absurd. Like, what if we just try to dodge that mountain just a little bit? There we go. And then, like, keeping it flat is grand and all, but we don't need to be perfect about it. See, I feel like there we hugged the terrain just ever so slightly in a better way. Let's get this cargo facility down. I mean, I could definitely do a terminus station for it, but may as well. Let's be different. 120 is a little bit on the extreme side. Does this doesn't reach in? What if we go to road, take the country road, and we just you know, spend a couple thousand. Then we go back, terminus station. Perfect. In the future, we may have a passenger line coming through here, so there will be like some annoying cargo delays. I wonder if we can do prioritization. 58, yeah. So this is, we just need a junker of a train. I'm so sorry that we cut through this, but it's what we had to do. If we do have a passenger line, well, so I took my time being all careful on that side. I still think this is better than any other thing. The only thing I'm upset about is that we had to cut down for this whole station. I would rather the whole station be higher. But it is, and I say this all the time, it is what it is. Let's get this going over here in such a place that I think it can serve both. Tracks. Perfect. I put it there specifically because I think it'll be helpful if we get the passenger line coming through in the future, which I can't imagine they're not. Like, it's too perfect a stretch. So that's great. And just for completeness, I want to be able to choose what track that comes out on, just for the future. I think we have everything we need to make a couple of lines. So new line, new line. This is a very coal line, very coalest line I know. And this is iron ore. I'm gonna put in the ore just to be extra specific so I don't get confused. And then it needs to be delivered. Ooh. Can I see exactly what the demands are? Yeah, so they want steel in the industrial areas. Perfect. So we're probably going to end up with a station that is... See, what my brain is telling me right now is we're going to want to ship things into here in the future. The fish and the barrels. Fish are going to come all the way through here, which means I really want my train station to come right into the center of town so I can serve everything. But it's going to be awful getting it out, but I think it's worth the investment. Obviously, this is a better, like, short-term thing. And cargo station, let's get this one. Like, this is going to be our main hub. 3 is a little bit extreme, but we're going to do it. And I wanted a terminus. The fewer, I think 2 is the minimum we're gonna ooh. I kinda like this, it gives us a little bit more. What if I turn off this? Yeah, look at that area it's serving. If I go here, that's like the whole town. Doesn't leave us much room to turn out of here, but it's gonna be slow going in town, and like that's safe, that's fair, right? Like that's exactly what you'd expect. So we even like this infrastructure is way too early to make sense. But and then let's see, can I do that again? Double switch. Haha! So now you can go and access anything. I kind of turned it a little too sharp there. Buy, demolish. It's going to do this whole thing. That's annoying. But I think it's worth it to be more... just a little bit up. You can see the cuts on the land right now, but let's just be extra clear. Yeah, see, I'm trying to ride it. This is a little bit better. I like it. Well, wait, what was the money difference? Yeah, see, you saved 10,000 or 5,000. Yeah, this got messy real fast. I almost feel like this is when you go back to this one. Like, we're really future-proofing here, but they give us so much money, I can't help but say, you know what, let's go. Platforms, passenger buildings, you know what, let's add, this is going to be an important station for us. We'll add a big little thing there. $12,000. We're just throwing it. Oh, that was a passenger building. Oopsies. Small building. Yeah, see, we got two buildings. We got a lot of things to load here. So this track, we're done building it that way. Time to build this track. This track. Now we're back on the contours. This track, unfortunately, is going to have to... Ooh, is it that much? 190, 200. A tunnel is interesting. It's really not great. But what are we... I guess... I don't really like it, but at the same time I kind of love it. I'm very conflicted on whether or not I'd want a tunnel. 230, 190. It's awful because it does save us just a little bit of money, but I'm pretty sure if we do the cut and then we put a second line down, it'll be cheaper for the second line. But like, it's kind of fun. Last time we built a land bridge instead of a bridge. This time, we're going to do that. So much for all that saving money on profile and land. Now we're going up a hill just to go down. But so far that's okay. So that one's a little too sharp for it to be a double switch, but that's fine. So I think it's time, well, one more thing. New line. Steel to G. Very good. So what do we have for trains, hauling, productions, that kind of stuff? Buy a vehicle. Ooh, you're up to this bad boy. Lots of power. Let's just double check with this. Is it 1-to-1? 2-2-to-1. Okay, well that means we can actually take this guy. This will give us the ores. Good, mediocre. Again, we're only at 80 meters now. I think we built like 120, so 160. They're not going very far, which is what makes me... Just take your time. That's an overbuy though. For now, capacity of 32. 8 cars. Tons of strength. So So we'll buy that. We'll buy it again. Because we need about the same for our coal as we do for our iron. And then we need half as much. I'm still going to start with this. Well, we won't buy it right away. We're going to see if we can start getting the coal production started. So tab over to speed. We have built infrastructure. This is fun. I'm having a great time already. And we look at the lines. Look, they've even decided that, look, this is my best line, that's the best line, that's the best line. There's no blocks required, signals yet, but in the future we will have to put a stop. Okay, coal has already started arriving. So we might need 2 trains to service as fast, because they've already got 1, they're about to get 2. Yeah, I think that is how it's going to have to be. So let's...
Shipyards crave steel for colossal tubs. The bigger the better. But it doesn't get there all by itself.
So, a couple things. Managed vehicles, I'm going to double, one of them, and one of them, train 4 specifically, is gonna... I messed up. That train, the one we just bought, is we can't use it. How much do we get back for it? 1.6? How much do we spend on it? We bought this and pretty sure we built one less. 1.6? Yep, so we got all our money back for that because we sold it immediately. Flat car with stakes, that's steel. We want about the same capacity. 32. Yep, same thing. So that we buy. Did I not buy it? Okay. I don't know what happened there. I obviously felt like I hit the button, but I did not. So that's great. Now I have 2 trains coming up for this. So it's already going to start getting messy. Messy in a good way, in a way that excites. So, first things first, you cannot leave the station if you're going to cause an accident. Can't go across this if you're going to cause an accident. This is bad because it could lead to roadblocks in ways that trains are facing each other. But we really need some order here. I'm specifically stopping them like that so that they don't stop on the other side and block it. So this should be enough. Well, I need one here as well. So this guy won't try and come in while there's another train in the way. But he'll come out. I think that works. The only thing I'm worried about is whether this train will come out. I don't know if the station itself acts as a station. I think it does. It must. So now, track. We're going to take this track and do we double it? I think we double it. We're going to want it in the future. For now, we're just using it as a big glorified passing lane. So you can go all the way there. You should stop before this. And then in case we get more trains in the future, we will put that there. Okay. I was worried that was going the other way and it would block. I like this. Alright, let's tab out. This train's coming out. He can't go. He has to stop and wait. That one's happy. Wait a second. I did buy the wrong... Oh! I don't even have to bring them back to the shop. This is annoying that I've tried to buy this train a couple of times now, but we're gonna get it. This guy, yes, state cars. I want 32 capacity. That I'm happy with. Then I tell it to go to G. Okay, now we max speed again. Let's get it out there. He stops. Haha! We figured it out, guys. He can go. He has to stop because the station is a signal. You can see that we have way more coal than we do have iron ore. But we are going to be doing great here in a second. They're upping their consumptions. I think we can keep up with that, though. Which, can we look at our line summary? Yeah, we're making gangbusters on these lines. Did that line make money? No, it didn't. Oh, but now it will. Haha! Oh, there we go. I almost wonder if it's worth waiting for full load. I'd do that for one train, but I'm worried that if we have to up the capacity, we will have a bad time. We have full trains coming out every time here. Full trains coming out every time here. The problem with this station is that you really have to double track it. There's no way
Your
to...
deliveries of high quality steel make it possible to build particularly seaworthy ships. Time to make use of these robust steamers. Sustenance for the city's working masses is found out on the islands. Delectable fish swim in the sea. And the distilleries on the Hebrides produce an absolutely exquisite whiskey. It's called the Water of Life. Get out there and explore the area. Every ship needs a harbor, and your venture needs a particularly good one.
Harbor. Do we want to build it like this?
Help to build a shipyard so that it won't be long before you can call a beautiful ship your own.
Oh yeah, I need to have the ship depot or whatever, shipyard. Okay, no, that was the right way. I guess you can just put it anywhere, so ships will just appear, but... Let's...
Buy a stately boat that will sail you safely through the wild waters of the Western Isles on your daring expedition.
Buy a vehicle. We're gonna get the bigger one. Well, no, we'll start with the small one. Because we want to see what kind of production. Wow, no, look at the loading speed. Well, I don't load that much. Passenger cargo.
Explore the Western Isles
We're
to
rich.
obtain whiskey for the city.
Establish a trade route here. Oh, yep. They even gave us a port. So new line from here to here. We'll call that Boozin'. So now we click on this, we click this ship, and we tell it, go boozin'. That's great. It sucks that there's only one-way flow. There's no goods required here that... see if the harvest establish a route. Yes, okay. So what can we ooh, slow it down just a little bit. Is that me driving?
Thanks to your services, its need for steel is always covered. In contrast, a lack of personnel looms on the horizon. Nowadays, the city's working class is outrageously spoiled. The workforce is rebelling more and more against the prevailing working conditions. On the other hand, in the Highlands, countless hungry people wait gratefully for employment. All that needs to be done is to get them to the city. Build a railroad in the wild west of the Highlands, so that this remote stretch of land finally experiences the blessings of modern civilization.
As discussed, we're gonna need a passenger line. There's nothing beyond there that we care about. Passenger station, one lane. This is a good example of a terminus just to get into the downtown, maybe. Well, demolishing buildings is expensive. Just like that, we're kind of sneaking in. There we go. I know that it's hard to build out infrastructure without demolishing way more, but I can't imagine us getting more trains than that. Just one at a time between all this distance. So, let's build some track. Put on our beautiful overlay. Just trying to never cross a line. I want to steer clear for now of that station, just in case we need to up it. But yeah, now we're getting into freaking tunnel territory here. Because we're crossing lines, it's bad. We're gonna do the little chicane. Again, leaving just a little bit of room. And I think for now, we're gonna use that tunnel. We might have to move the lines over a little bit. In fact, I can already see a couple of issues. This needs to be moved back, and we will demolish this. And then, while we're doing that, we'll also put one here, put one here. Now, what's the best way of reaching the town with... Oh, I just realized once the booze arrives, we're going to need to ship it over. It's not a good use of trains. Let's finish with the passenger station. Another terminus. Passenger, like that's down in here. That's where people want to go. And this is when I say we demolish a couple of things. We say by road, by road. We are doing this in the name of progress. Well, at least residential buildings are cheap to get rid of. Let's just demolish 2 of them. This is really short-term planning, but it accesses the most people, and it gets right into the heart of the city. You know, in the like 2000s, all we want to do is tear those back out and make room for pedestrians. But as the rail company, I want to go
Supply
right
the
here
city of
downtown.
Glasgow with workers none the worse for wear who haven't fallen victim to the union's pipe dreams yet.
So the reason for doing this was to, you know, go this way with it, but I don't know how. I think we're just, trains are gonna have to come out. We can start by sending trains to Fort Williams. I feel wrong not having the smallest of bus routes. Just, you know, do the outside circle of the city. Where is Road Depot? Just hide it off in the country. It's not even in the country, but you get what I'm saying. Then we make a line. We gonna call it. See, I really wish I put one in the center now, but it's fine. Transit FW, Fort Williams. Then we go here. We're gonna buy 4 people carriers. We're fancy, so we're gonna buy. It's a little bit slower, but it has more emissions too. It carries 1 more person. I want steam technology, despite it not making sense. Fort Williams. Just to be extra clear, I forgot that I also need to
These
make...
days, big landowners' fleecy balls of wool now graze where families of farmers once cultivated their patches. Lady McDougall asks for help. She wants to know if all her little sheep are still together.
I didn't realize there was such a grade difference. Alright, that's the final straw for that. We do need a new train depot for the passenger. And we're going to do it so we can just drop them right into the line here. Alright. Did I make that line? No. We're going to call this one IC for intercity, G to FW. I know, very fun name. Something to write home about. By vehicle. We don't need that much power. So we're going to do a 4 sig for the passenger rail. We don't need that much power, so it doesn't really make sense just doing that for 5 more kilometers an hour. So that's why I decided to go this way. We're going to do it with this. 32 people is future-proofed because I don't think it's going to grow very fast. And then we say you get on to Intercity. Then, just like we did over there, we're gonna build a quick transit network, you know, mostly around the edge of the city. I guess we'll go in through here. Stop at the... Yeah, I don't want to go back up there. Because these are all commercial. And we'll stop here. So that's a good loop. Yeah, I think that's fine. I keep thinking about whether or not I want to go up in there, and I just can't bring myself to do it again. We'd like them to grow over here, so we'll make the more useless land our where we put this not super productive building. We'll tuck it right in, nice and pretty. We'll buy again. This is a bigger city. We go up to 8, and we will put them on the line that I'm about to make. So this is going to be Transit G. Transit G. We look at our vehicles. We tell them that they need to get on Transit G. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Help with accounting. Look to see if all the sheep are still there.
Oh, Lady Medulla's freaking sheep are. Can I just click these? Perfect.
All the people in charge have dozed off from all the counting.
Make some noise. Nope, didn't work. Make some noise, like. I make noise. Like I think what they're getting at is emissions, but you know, we make plenty of emissions. What's this productivity looking like? Does it not want to ship because it doesn't think that there's anything on the other end? Fair enough. For truck station here. I think that I want to demolish that for a small little road. How much is that building worth? 500,000? I think we just demolish both of these ones. Create a new line. New line from here to here. Call it Fish to Market. It's not Fish to Market, actually, it's Booze to Market. Beer trucks delivering whiskey. Cool. So we have the same thing we created for the buses. Buy. Can't use Steam vehicles for this. 6. I don't think that will be enough, but I want to wait until. I want to wait until we actually have a shipment in. How do I tell it? Can I select the line maybe? It's not loading anything though. Oh. We're making noise by, I think by honking the horn here. I think there's a way to make noise. Why are we not? I should have done fewer cars, and then more people would be interested in taking the train because it would be faster. Still have nothing. Boozing 1. View return. One more time. I know I can tell it to wait, but that's cool. These are loaded up to the brim. It's kind of keeping up. We need more delivery of coal, though. Let's look at the lines. Booze hasn't made any money because it's just chilling. Beer trucks, not making any money because there's nothing for them to deliver. We're just making so much on these huge bulk deliveries. Transit doesn't really work, but look, we have some people riding it. I mean, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that we're willing to lose money on it to jumpstart the transit of like the train going back and forth. Because I have a feeling if we look at this, it's like, you know, we have people that wish to go places. Noise. Bad. So let's talk about this. We built 2 lanes for it. Oh no, but because we didn't... No! Because we didn't claim it, we have to demolish the building for $80,000. Well, I'm willing to do that because I was here first.
What's going on here?
Demolishing buildings is what gave me the achievement.
Inventory's over and done with. The sheep are all there. Madam, sir.
In fact, we have 3 terminals here. Yeah, I really future-proofed this because I thought we'd be using it much more. Very good. So, track, you. We will stop before there, there, there. I like the right-hand rule again, North American. So that's a couple of blocks to deliver here, which is what scares me. That's a long block. And there's going to be a train stopping one way, and... I think we bite the bullet and build another tunnel. Just to save our trains from being so confused. 42. And that's when this connects into this one instead. And then we actually delete not only this, but this. And then delete that. Okay, so far so good. So far we're sorting out the issues. We'll put one before going in and one coming out. All that so that if we want, we can really manage vehicle. I don't know, it seems like we have lots of steel. How much? How much is stored? Do we know? Oh yeah, over here. 47. We have just enough to afford getting the second train. That's annoying. I almost should have switched which, who's going where. No, that's a slowdown on productivity for sure. Don't tell me you're gonna go first. Okay, perfect. I was worried about that for a second. What a sluggish train, but and it is the breakdown in our flow. Are we actually losing money overall? No, we can't. You coming? You got one thing of beer? Go back. I should have been watching you. 24 is there. Hey, we've got 20 people over here. Now I went purposely aside so that I could line up some better delivery. Now when I think about it, I think that if I build track, I also need to build platforms. I do have enough room. Okay, I was worried I wouldn't have enough room. So then the way I see it is it's not really a winning line. Put a signal here. Signal there. Now let's look at the lines. Did that adjust? What if I said there was a new line from here to here? And we called it coal 2. And then here we said, no, we actually want it'd be cheaper to build this way instead of into the hill. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that completely. I love that. And then we actually tell this that this is your lane. And then we take the lines, we edit, we take out Glasgow North, and we add station. Ha! And then we take this train, manage vehicle, we double it, we take train 2, or whatever, or we're on coal 2. And then, because we're doubling those ones, I have no doubt that we should double this one. A little bit of steel left over. This train's mostly full. Train 3. What do you mean? Okay. But you're in coal 2, you're supposed to be going over here. Okay. I need you to rotate. I think it's not an issue with the lines, it's an issue with this guy's path to get there. He needed to come out here. That's annoying. What happens when you spaghetti bowl your friggin' train lines? Let's pause. Think about this. We need this train to end up in there. The simple answer would have been what I was just trying to do. It's not so simple because there's not enough room for a bit of siding. I think it honestly means that this train here needs to go to station, get out of the way, and let me handle it. And I will handle it by giving them an not an express, but I wanted it to be a special line just for them. There's too many lines. Wow, this is breaks my heart. Too much slope, too much slope. Even when I go out here, it's too much slope. Can't even do this one. Heartbreaking story continues. Too much slope. Sadly, gonna have to be sold. Then you're gonna have to build a fresh yard station. And do we do it in the worst place? I don't want to, you know, keep making awful decisions. I'm just going to put it here, and we're going to have to do a big cut to put it into where it was. See, this is the kind of challenge I wanted, so I can't really be too upset. Buy vehicle, you, gondola. Capacity 44. Double checking. 48. I like them to be the same. So if you know there's an issue with one, you fix it in both. Okay. Just want to make sure this is actually number 3. Yep. By up to 48. You go on to coal 2. Coal 2 is better than coal 1 because it conflicts with fewer travelers. But that's fine for now. Wait till we put a friggin' fish line down. How have I only transported 2 people? Where's that passenger train at? Over here? And he's got 32 out of 32. And that's a full load. We did it. So we're gonna manage vehicle double. And for that to work, we're gonna need to give them areas to pass. So the first area will be... Man, this is a lot of work. This feels like work. In a good way, like it's fun. Yeah, let's do passing lanes. There aren't enough trains, and it's a long track, so it's way better to do passing lanes than it is to... The reason I like making them somewhat longer than they need to be is just because if they do meet and they're coming, the longer the passing the lane, the more likely that neither of them needs to stop. But again, there isn't many trains on the line, so it shouldn't matter very much. But you're gonna go that way, you're gonna go that way. That way, that way. Right-hand rule for me. And then over here, right-hand rule. So that way we have about a cut here, and a cut really close there. The 3 cuts. We could put many a train on this, but you're full, and this is at 38. My God. And this one's just leaving with 32. I think that's another double. We have hit the big times. Let's look at our lines. We are making, I think, bank. Like, this boozing line is just so bad. But now it's got tons. It's actually hit the point where it's gonna go from in the red to in the black real quick. I actually forgot about my tea. And now it's chilled. Very sad times. Double checking here. We have so much. This just needs to produce faster, which does it need for that? Shipment? What is shipment? I think this is how much it produces based on getting resources, how much it ships based on desire, clients, and how much transport it actually receives to get there. That's how I read that. It's consuming tons. Wow, look at these trains go. This is huge. I don't think they made, I think they only made like 100 at the start. Now they're making 400. We can't go further back than 4 years. Transport people. Weren't we? Didn't we just arrive there? What is it? To Glasgow from Fort Williams. I see. Well, chance may have it. Oh, do you know what? this passenger line could be in for trouble based on this one right here. All it takes is one signal to ruin a system. No, we do need that one. It could lead to issues, but we need something there. Because what I'm worried about is the train's going to come out thinking it's free and go to here and stop because there's traffic. And then a train's going to come to here and stop because of traffic. So this one here is bad because... There we go. This signal here is bad because if a train stopped here for traffic, A, it's blocking this path, and B, there could be one stopped here and one stopped here, and they'd be facing each other, and that's just no good. Look at that, 32 on 32. Meanwhile, this spaghetti bowl is functioning as planned. Oh my god, there's so many trains. I should have taken a screenshot.
Slave away. To keep them in a good mood, make sure they don't fall for any kinds of rebellious activities, precautionary sedation is called for. Whiskey from the Western Isles is excellently suited to this purpose. Supply the city with cheap booze that pacifies the dissatisfied, so that subversive activities don't get started. Plunge into the wonderful world of spirits. Thanks to your supply, no one will be left high and dry.
That's going to take no time. I think the next thing we do is get ahead of this game. Actually, first I want to see, does it tell me what the hotkeys are? Okay, cereal box. Settings, interface, controls. Capture is returned. Something I'll have to look up in the future, but I really like that one shot of all the trains. I mean, it's kind of constantly happening as they mix back and forth, but it feels... I mean, it looks like a mess, but it somehow functions as if it's designed and working well. Again, though, we did run into issues here with the tunnel. I know I shouldn't have done it, so I thought about it for so long. But it is more fun. Can you actually see? Yeah, look at that. You can see right now. Look at all these signals going in every way. I mean, when you're driving through here as a train, you best be watching. The signals actually go up for stop, down for go. Hey, look at that. Give her. It's your lane. See, both signals say go, go, go. These ones say stop, stop, stop. This one is the one saying stop. He is looking at it and stopping at the signal. That says go. He goes, all right. Look at all the smoke. But yeah, let's get...
Without fail, some of the whiskey oddly disappears in transit. Is it likely that it evaporates out on the open seas? Is it the legendary Angel Share that imperceptibly vanishes there? A ship sails through the locks of the Inner Hebrides, rolling from side to side in peculiar curves. Word has it that cheerful singing coming from the steamer was heard on shore. Captain Klein says the ferrymen are very poorly paid. so they might have occasionally treated themselves to a sip from the cargo. That just won't do, of course. If at all, then they ought to get drunk like self-respecting people do it. Inside a good pub where it's nice and cozy.
That is in the gonna be reached range. How's the shipment going? There's 73 here. Oh ho ho! Yeah, there is. The next 2 ships are a ways out, so it doesn't make sense to buy more. The second ship, what I'm gonna do is actually send it back, just so that its timing is better. Like, so this one's gonna be going, then 1/3 of the time this one, and then this one will hit there and then come back, and they'll be about 1/3ly spaced. Doesn't make sense to do it that way. Obviously, you just tell them apart. Ooh, what's this? Stone circles? With what? With a dude just driving it? That's pretty fun. I should pay more attention to the map. They do put lots of great little details and places, awesome little islands. I do wonder if that, like, is just cute, or if that's making fun of someone somewhere, like some city that's known for being a bunch of somebodies. Though nobody in Scotland, you know, that would just wouldn't be the case. Passenger, cargo. This is so far away from its destination, we shouldn't need 2 lanes. It's gonna have to dig through the earth either way, but fun stuff. Tracks, man, like this is just soothing to me. Gonna have to demolish some homes, which is even more soothing to me. Buy homes. Then, now that the homes are gone, we can build nice, cheap track alongside our passenger rail. You know what? I wonder. This is a real opportunity here. Yeah. It really is. I don't know what I was thinking, not thinking about this. What we're going to do is going to be great. How do we want to do it? We've already built all this extra track that I don't really want to waste. Let's pause. First thing we're going to do... Well, that passing lane doesn't hurt, does it? Yeah, it does. Let's get out of it. So, this looks like double track, doesn't it? Sure does. And that's what we're going to do with it. So we're going to build track here that merges. And we're going to build track... How are we going to do this? We're going to build track here that connects like that. So now, and then when we get to here, we're going to delete this. We are going to build a small extra bit of track in a second here. So this train, we want it to be on this side, so we're going to spend $4,000 and whatever maintenance that is on that little piece of track so that it gets out of the way. Because what we're looking to do here is this beautiful... Can we merge you, please? Yeah, just like that. So see what we're doing here? We're just double tracking the whole thing, and our freight trains are going to share the right-of-way with our passenger trains, and everyone's going to be better for it. And then this needs to go because it's facing the wrong way. And then, how do we do this? I think we need a signal in a couple of places. How do I articulate? We need this one here, so either train won't block a train coming out of here. We need one here, so when a train's coming out, it's good. It can go. We need one here, so if a train coming this way stops. The only thing I'm confused about is whether or not we need a train go or stop here before the cut. I don't think we do. So there we go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Trains are gonna go, go, go. This signal's dumb, but it's fine. Then we actually have this spot here. I think we keep going with the double tracking. I think we delete that. It was good. It was good while it lasted, but it's not what we need anymore. They get dangerously close. Not possible. That's possible. Either way, we don't need this track. But it's going to be annoying if we do want to build another train that goes to here. Warning, there are no warnings. That's an interesting way of building it with the cross wood. Add that just in case. This one should really be here, but we can leave that one just an additional block. We can even add some here. Now these blocks are way too short to be functional, actually, but I don't have an excuse. It's bad. So this is where the passenger trains are going to peel off. But now what I'm worried about here is A, too much slope apparently, but B, yeah, there we go. That's where I can use the double switch. It's a bad hump, but this will bring in our fish. Do we want them to? You know what? They can. What? No. And by they can, my exclamation, what I mean is they can share this lane. The problem is just how do they get down? And I think the answer is a couple of switches. So this is getting more and more complicated every day. But basically, I think trains coming up need to merge. What is the rationale here? Who gets to go? I don't actually need that one, but I want it. I mean, it's alright. It just... Extra signals, I don't want to say that they're fine, because they can hurt, but... You're going to have trains coming up this way, and they're going to be competing for this line. So they're both going to stop. One of them's going to go, one of them's going to stop. But then we're going to have trains coming down this way that need to go across. So there needs to be one. There is one right there. So they're going to stop here. Every odd blue moon, there's going to be a fish train that needs to get through, and it's going to suck. But it's also going to be fine. I like this. We have this line has to compete with almost all the other lines. The only line that it does not compete with is the iron ore, because here it has to cross both coal lines. It's going to have to deal with merging into traffic with the steel line, and it's sharing most of it with the passenger line. Like, I mean, other than the boat line, I guess, but it's like a pretty intricate system. The only thing I can think of is maybe like a passing lane or something here, because again, these blocks are so short, but especially because we're only starting with one train, it's really not that big a deal. But I like this a lot. I love future-proofing, though. You know I do. You've been watching me do it all day. We were gonna make it. No, it doesn't make sense to add a block. We'll put this here, which makes me feel like, you know, at least the trains got here on the road somehow. And then track, and we will track them in to the station like that. So you, I think we could have unloaded them in other places, but you, boxcars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems like a good number. It's been working in other places. 8, for some reason, I think it's because of a game called Transport Tycoon, where 8 is like the maximum that they'll let you do, and I'll often do max weight trains in that game. Line 1, and line 1 is going to be renamed in the lines menu to fish. This is great. This makes me so happy. I don't know what it is about transportation that gets me going, but just the logistics of it. Look at that beautiful. Like some people really get off on the trains and the technology, the history, and like I do like history and stuff, but this to me is just so neat. And now fish are going to start building up because it knows that it's connected. Oh, wow.
Thanks to you, throats are well lubricated all over Glasgow. But on an empty stomach, the water of life makes people anything but lively. What's required is a sound basis in the form of solid food. A new dish is currently on everyone's lips. Deep fried fish with deep fried potatoes. What a culinary delight! Help this masterpiece of British cuisine to triumphant progress.
Oh wow, look at the transit. Is our transit line actually making money too? My god, it is. Manage vehicles. I'm gonna do a bam, doubled. The trains are also, what do we got? One coming this way, another coming this. That's the fish train. Another coming this way. Okay, so there's a number of trains coming in to deal with this. Not to mention, not in the least, this guy here. Is any line not making money other than the just Fort Worth, and that number's come way down. There just isn't any like need to move within the city other than going to the transit. Maybe the industrial building would have been interesting. No, we're already serving the 3 kinds. I didn't think there was that much industry, to be honest. I'd give Fort Williams. I said Fort Worth, but Fort Williams is getting a bad rep. Where's that fish drain? Look at it go. No, that's the steel. Look at it go. Managed vehicle. Double it. So this one's going to be about on this end. This one's going to be about here. Oh wait, yeah, I want to see. Does it work? This is messy. I don't know how they floated this. And then it merges over here. Double checking here. Nothing's really. Yeah, this is well oiled. I do like this was way worse than just mowing down the land. But like the tunnel is awesome. I gotta say that. Like it's pretty great. Look at this. We have so much traffic on these roads. And the problem is I'm also trying to ship goods via cart across town. Is the pub really not getting anything? Let's go pub. I think that in trucks, trucking stop, we're gonna create a new line that's gonna be from here to here, and we're gonna call it pub. And we are going to go here, purchase new road vehicles, horse-drawn carts. We're gonna get 3 of them. We're gonna tell them to go sort out that pub. My God, there's actually tons of need. Yeah, I guess that stuff is finally coming through. So pub, managed vehicles, pub, line, double. How many do we have on the beer? The booze and the beer trucks. That's a lot on the beer trucks, but we'll add 3 more. Oh wow, production is great. This has a ton. And it's all scooped up, look at that. Well, it's only 32, eh? Is Boozin still making... Are we too far over capacity to make money? No, Boozin's making money. Fish is not, because they haven't delivered anything. Pub is not. Fort Worth is not. But I have faith in them. They'll get it together. Are these guys slow? No, I was thinking it was because of the signaling. We could have one more train doing this, because we could have one in this station right now. That guy would stop, they'd proceed. Question is, do we actually need more of it? Looks like it, actually. Alright. Let's copy you as well. Coming out, fresh one. Oh my, this is great. It's so good. I mean, all these lines are making money, but our earnings are negative. Does that mean that we have way too much in infrastructure and we're not actually covering? This whole time I'm acting as if I'm doing great, but our money should be above 50,000, because isn't that where we started? It's not a way of seeing our company. Yeah. I mean, we're making tons of money now. Does this include our investments? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm constantly invest. If we take these totals and minus off the investment, look, bam, we'd be positive. We'd be positive, and we'd be positive again. Right now, in particular, we're 54 to... Oh, that's in the past. We were making more money in the past. Now we're losing money? Oh yeah, because that's including... Wow. Supplying the pub. Somebody's got to supply the pub. Oh, look at this lineup. There's no way to make it better, right? I mean, that's a little bit more loading area. Oh, he just left and came back. Okay. There we go. These cars are a little bit slower than the horses can go. Oh yeah, we have way too much that we invest in transit now. Oopsies. Look at this, it's like a car every 3 seconds. So I think we manage the line and we actually do something about it. Instead of just going, oh my, we messed up. I think that we look at some of the vehicles and we say, you're sold. Leave it up to the managers to decide which 4. Okay, there's some congestion here. There's definitely some congestion here, but wow, 2 more in the tunnels. Wow. I just love it. I think it's so great. Taking off. Slowing down. Yeah, now we're at max capacity on this line. I mean, I think there's 1, 2... Yeah. Technically, there could be a train, like, here waiting. Like, there could be one coming out to be behind this. Like, this is as optimal as it gets. If you put in another train, it would just, there'd be much more stopping time. Because, like, look at all the time that we're stopping already. I think that it's good because it's maximizing the amount of time that a train is pulling in and delivering. Like, that 4th train was less impactful than the 3rd, but it's still good. Now we're making money, 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 money. What is this? The iron ore. 500,000, 240 here. I'm surprised, yeah, coal 1 and, look, coal 2 is twice as productive as coal, the original. Just because of the conflicts. The more, and honestly, the problem is that it's probably creating conflicts and slowing down our steel line, our fish line, our passenger line. But, well, we got a lot of fish here. And I think we buy another fish train, in fact. The but that I'm trying to say is that despite having lower productivity on the steel line, for example, we are delivering steel. Like, there is 22 steel here, this guy can hold 32. Like, we have the capacity. I don't think we'd ever be able to sell off one of these trains. We could obviously get off a couple of carts. They seem to be, you know, chronically a couple carts short. But I like the idea that we have a little bit more capacity. I could sell off that last one. It's only slowing them down. But now that we have more iron ore coming in, I like to imagine that we're going to have more steel. Shipment. Is there just not enough demand for steel? I mean, look how much the city's grown, these factors. But the congestion level is awful. Isn't there a map mode for that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. They don't like this. We're driving all through the city. We're training in and out all day, every day. Choo choo. I grew up in St. John, New Brunswick, which has lots of trains going right on through it. And they're not quiet. See, this guy... Neither of them are filling up completely. Which means we edit and we sell the 4 cars on the end. We'll just do this one for now, because as we know, this line is much more productive. But what do we got here? Yeah, I don't know. That one pretty much filled up perfectly. This one here, let's edit. Yeah, see now I'm in the mood of like, yeah, we should get rid of these ones. We don't need them. Still have 2 extra. Those steel cars. Let's check them. He's full. He is full. And over here, we have 18. I'm not willing to sell the tail end of our steel cars now. Now that I've seen one that is full, it can happen. 32. Managed vehicles. All of them edit. We're upgrading. And we will add 2 more cars as well, because we have so much more power with these trains. There we go. We needed more capacity, but more trains clogs this up. I'd rather have a slightly longer train, and it's going to move faster now. The ends, both ends have, you know, need for it. This is great. I am so thrilled.
Lately, people have been quenching their thirst and staying dry at the same time.
What is this? Pub? Weird. We're shipping fish to the pub line. From here. Does it... This reaches there, and the pub station reaches a little bit further. So to get these guys, it's almost like you know, if you're shipping something to St. John, where I grew up, it might show up at a port in Montreal, so overshoot, and instead of coming back, it'll go to Toronto first, and then from there it'll come back, just because it's easier. It's part of my system train. We have the capacity for it. I'm not going to put in a new line to go from here to here. I think it's fun. Because we make money delivering it every step of the way, so it's almost like we're just we charge it to the customer, and we don't have any competition to undercut. Fish and chips.
Thanks to your efforts, the industrial metropolis of Glasgow is really bursting into bloom. The factories are supplied with inexpensive labour, and the workforce with hard liquor and fish. The city council is grateful, and has even proposed to Her Majesty Queen Victoria that you should be knighted. What an honour! I
would say. What do we got here? Build a cargo station, use tracks to connect it to Glasgow, deliver 25 fish, fame and glory. Oopsies, we accidentally won. But it's just so great, like, I really wanted. We didn't even have a chance at the last bonus objective. Cheers. Is that the only bonus task? Oh no! Craignadoon. It just asked me if I wanted it when I was clicking around and it instantly clicked cancel. That's too bad. What do you got? 68. You're coming in for 38. You just delivered a ton. What a great... This is a great map. I love this corridor. The mix of freight and passenger, the over... You know, the fact that this works, let's see. Why is it stopped? Oh, well, that upsets me. Because you are supposed to be using... I don't know why I'm fixing this. I'm about to close the game down, but... That particular bit is... supposed to go there. Can't do that. I hate it, but I mean I say that all the time. I hate it, but like, dude, that train should not be in that particular spot. It should be on the other side. I thought it would be delivering intelligently into this third bay. So like now this one will come out here. Why isn't this one a go? Can we flip? Why? Alright, I obviously did something that broke it, but... You're stopped. I don't understand why this should say go. Why are you not going? There's no train at the end. You have all the signals. It's a clear... No, this is frustrating. I'm all excited about how well this has gone. There's no stop here. Train, build. That should go there, and there should be a merge. Then we need some signals. I'm so sorry that we're continuing to go and go and go after the mission's completed, but put that there. Very strange that happened. But you go through. Oh, you want to be in that lane. Why do you want to be in that lane? I don't agree, but there's this. Here's the thing. You're gone. You're gone. Both of them want to go the same way. Like, this... I don't know why they have decided to break. One of them should have gotten the signal to go. Obviously, the routing is upset with maybe they're both trying to access the same bay. But even so, like, that happens all day, every day with these trains. So, whatever. I'm going to call it there. I don't really... I wanted to fix it. In fact, it bugs me a bit. But we don't need to... I'd like to move on to new challenges that don't feel as buggy as this. That's a little bit weird. But we're having a lot of fun here. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a long one, or at least it feels like it's been a long one. But I had a great time the whole way through. You know, near the end, balance, track, towns. Well, we were making money for a bit. And then I started... Oh yeah, and then all our trains stopped moving. We started making money. I wonder what the investment was here. We obviously built something big. Probably a bunch of boats or something. Anyways, I think that we had a great time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers now. Have
the west
a...
coast of Mexico at the close of the 19th century.
Stop.
An unassuming spot.
If you could stop. Anyways, yep, I've said it 3 times. Ciao. See you next time.